Hello, hello, welcome back, everyone. Welcome back. Thank you guys so much for joining again. Welcome back to the Freedom Network channel. Yay! I'm so excited again to be here with you guys. I'm coming back with part two. We did before the last session was on the son, the man, the male of the family. And so right now, as promised, I'm coming to you with the daughter, the woman, the female of the family, okay? And of course, I'm sorry. It's nothing against the men or the male, but me being a female, let's just say I had a little more to add up in here, okay? But not that this role is any more dominant over that one or anything. It's just that we are women, so therefore we cover a lot. We got a lot to cover, okay? So again, let me dive right into it. I don't want to start talking too much. Okay, so I want to talk about a very intricate family member, the woman. Okay, the woman is the helpmeet. And women, I just want to encourage you guys, that the role that we are born into, that we got this. We were born for this, okay? We were born to be that strong woman, that motivating, loving, inspiring woman that, got her man back, okay? And that takes care of her children, take care of his children. We help provide and help raise a wonderful, beautiful, well-grounded household. So I'll just start with the daughter, coming to this world again. We're a little baby. Now this time it's a little girl being born. Again, she's just like the little boy. Come here, we're not knowing nothing, not knowing anything. Relying on our parents, our mother, our father, our grandparents, our aunties and uncles and siblings, relying on everyone to instill in us, right? Instill in us characteristics, morals, values, all of that, and to teach us, to raise us up and teach us and get us ready for this world. That's what we expect. Well, not that we expect, because we're babies. We don't even know what to expect. But that's what's needed. So, okay. So as a daughter, what I'm gonna go over is like some of the traits that we need to instill in our daughter while she's young, okay? And so this is for the parents and aunties and uncle or whoever is raising children, okay? We need to help them become emotionally aware, compassionate. We got to teach them to be compassionate because they're going to be a wife one day, and they just got to have compassion. Women, we're known for that. We tend to be a little more compassionate than men sometimes. Not all the time, but majority of the times. I'll just say that. Grounded in truth, honest, humbled, kindness, grace, respectful, responsible, obedient. Again, women, that's one word, obedient, because we'll have to be obedient to a lot of things. We'll have to be obedient and submissive to our home, to our husbands, to our parents. So obedience is definitely a value or a moral that we want to make sure that we have as a little girl. Honorable. We need to know empathy, perseverance. We gotta know how to be able to get through some things, okay, without falling apart. Okay, we got to be willing to just endure. We need resilience, integrity. We should always stand for truth. Be a woman of noble character. Okay, not a woman that runs the street out lying and cheating and stealing. No, a woman of integrity. I often wonder what people say about me when I'm not in the room. But I tell you what, they're going to say I'm the same person as if they weren't in the room. You know, that's what character is developed from. It's who are you when no one else is around. And I take pride in that, because honestly, I'm the same person as if someone was in the room. I'm not going to cheat myself. I'm not going to be good to others or be kind around others, and then, you know, when it's just me, not care about myself. You know, I'm going to be professional, respectful first to myself before I can be that to anybody else. I got to love myself first before I can love anybody else. So again, integrity, generosity, independence. We should be an avid reader. Always read. There's so much wealth and knowledge. Knowledge is the new wealth. So we need to always be reading on how to be a better woman, how to be a better daughter, how to be a better wife, how to be a better, I think I said mother, a better friend. You know, there's always things to read out there. And we too need a strong work ethic, because we are, we have to be able to help and support our husbands. You know, our income should be supplemental to his income. So we need to have a strong work ethic, not lazy, you know, not just sitting around at home doing nothing, you know, sitting around watching reality shows. And then when our husband comes home, now we're running around trying to act like we're cleaning up, or we had all this stuff that we did today. You know, no. We need to have a strong work ethic. Healthy. We need to make sure that we're healthy at all times, because the household depends on us. You know? But again, right now I'm talking about the daughter. So a good listener, trustworthy, and supportive of her family and friends. So again, we're instilling all of this into our daughter at an early age, because all of this is things she's going to need down the line. So we have to start early, because there's really a lot on a woman. It's a lot. We're just like the men, in and out of our roles, but you know, we have more responsibilities in each role. So there's a lot. I want to talk about, so that was the daughter. Then I want to talk about, okay, so I have on I'm going by my notes too, by the way. So I have on here a bonus daughter. So you have a daughter, biological daughter, you have a bonus daughter. A bonus daughter is inherited through marriage. So you're blessed with an extra set of parents and siblings. You're basically given a double portion of guidance and love, and it is considered by law as an immediate family member. Okay, so I'm not going to say stepdaughter, I'm going to say bonus daughter, because that's a bonus. You know, you marry someone and now you take on their daughter, that's a bonus. That's a bonus. Okay, so we're talking about this young girl, the daughter. And now the daughter, just like with the male, I'm going to do the same thing as with the male. If the daughter has the daughter has older siblings, if there's older siblings in the house or younger siblings, again, the daughter is to, she should be able to look up to her older siblings. They should be leading and guiding her. You know, they should be instilling truth, honesty, all those things I talked about. They, you know, right along with the parents, help instill that into that daughter, into that baby girl, so that she can grow up and be a strong, virtuous woman. So it says, okay, her next role, she's a daughter. Now she becomes a sister to her siblings. So she's a forever friend. Now let's say she has some younger siblings under her. She's a forever friend, a role model to them. She could be a teacher. She should always be supportive and caring, loyal and genuine to them, because she's always looking out for her siblings. A sister should exude soft skills such as interpersonal skills, problem-solving skills, and communication skills. Because anytime the mom is not in the home, then the daughter may have to take take on that role and make sure that the father or the brothers have a decent meal, or to make sure that the home is kept tight. Okay, so the sister should always be able to step in wherever she needs to whenever mom is not around. So again, that's why it's very important to instill all of these skills into her at an early age, because as women, we really do have to grow up. We can't be immature. We have to grow up fast. So, I mean, that's just the way it is. Back in the day, most little girls had to grow up at 12 and 13. So, now we do really get to be like, 16, 17 before people really start pulling on us to be a older woman, younger woman rather. Okay, so now let me see, where was I? Okay, so okay, she celebrates her family members. It is believed that sisters are scientifically demonstrated to make their family members better people. So yeah, it says that sisters help the family become better. And that's probably because we're softer. We have more compassion, I think. We tend to be a little more serious. So I'm thinking that's probably what that's about. A sister can boost your self-esteem, mental health, and increase compassion. I mean, come on, sometimes nobody can encourage you like a sister. A sister's going to come and tell her brother, oh, I'm so proud of you. You're doing so good. And brothers do the same with their sisters, But a sister, again, like they said, she's known for helping boost self-esteem. They protect you from feeling lonely, unloved, unappreciated, self-conscious, and fearful. How many know, a sister her brother's dating? Oh, she's right there, Johnny on the spot. Let somebody try to mess over her brother. She's right there to give her brother advice. She's going to tell him up front if that girl is not the one. She's going to watch that girl because, hey, that's her brother that you're with. She's not going to let you get over on her sister, on her brother. She's going to be watching you. So a sister is, again, just very, very loving and protecting. They protect you from feeling lonely, unloved, unappreciated, self-conscious, and fearful. Okay. And this is the researchers from Brigham Young University says that sisters can be apart for years, but once they reunite, it's like they were together all the time. And that is so true. That's true biological and just like friends that you call sisters. Because I have sisters that I can do that. I could not talk to them for months. But when I do get on the phone and we talk, or when we see each other finally, it's like we've been together all the time. So that right there, that's just a blessing. That's a blessing to me. So a sister, consider yourself blessed if you have a sister. Love on your sister. Treat your sister better if you don't. If you've been estranged from your sister, reach out to your sister. Show your sister some love. Allow your sister to love on you. Because I'm going to tell you, like I said, at the end of the day, no matter what, your sister loves you. She's going to have your back, and your sister's going to always be forgiving. She's not going to judge you. She's not going to judge you. And if you find your sister judging you, then maybe it's just because, she really cares, and there may be some truth to it. So if you have a sister, reach out to her, or anybody that's like a sister. Cherish them. Cherish them. Okay, so now the daughter, she done went from a daughter to a sister. She has all these wonderful characteristics and traits about herself. And now she's a cousin. And and as a sister, so I'll just use myself. I'm a sister on my dad's side, not on my mom's side. My mom's side, I'm only child. And I must say, being a sister on my dad's side, just like me being an aunt, I have to get better at that. Because I'm not always in contact with my siblings. I love them dearly. Whether I see them today or 10 years from now, my love for them never change. If they ever need me and they call me and tell me I need you, I'm there. It's just something that the love don't change. But I need to be a better sister. I need to reach out more to my brothers and to my sister. I have one sister and I have 2 brothers. Yes. So on my dad's side. So one of my goals, and it's always going to be my goal until I leave this earth, and that's to get better acquainted and to become closer with them and to become closer with my nieces and my nephews. So that's two of the things that's on my vision board for this year. And that's build a closer relationship with my family. And that's my siblings and my nieces and my nephews. So yeah, and I do believe that, I have some of those qualities, but like I said, I need to do better. A cousin. Now, one thing I do know about, and that's being a cousin, because before I had other siblings on my dad's side, there was just me on my mom's side. But my mom and her youngest sister, my aunt, they've always lived around each other when we were growing up. There was times we were raised in the same house. So everywhere we went, we were always together. So my 2 cousins, I was raised with them like they were my siblings. So I know what it's like to have cousins that you look at as brothers and sisters. Actually, it's 3 cousins because I forgot about the baby. So cousins, special people in our lives. And that's true. I mean, you listen to people talk about their families. They talk about their parents, of course. They talk about their siblings. But man, do they have some stories about their cousins. My favorite cousin was da-da-da-da. I remember this cousin. We did everything together. He had my back. She had my back. I had her back. There's always fond memories about cousins. So cousins are a very important staple as well in a family. Oftentimes a cousin is closer than a sibling. I just said that. If you don't have siblings, or if you do have siblings, sometimes you're just not as close to your siblings. You may be closer to a cousin. You can confide in that cousin about things that you can't talk to your siblings about, because your siblings will probably go and tell your family, your parents, and that cousin gonna hold that secret. And plus, that cousin got your back if something go down, because they ain't letting nobody mess with their cousin because you blood, right? Okay. It says girl cousins often adopt close sister-like relationships. And I know that to be true, because my first cousins, all of my first cousins, I can look at them like sisters. Some I was really close to and around all the time. And some I would see occasionally, a few times a year. But even when I did, I loved them just like they're my sisters, I've always tried to be there and be supportive. If any of my cousins is having something, they'll tell you. If they let me know in enough time, and if I'm able to make it, oh, no questions asked, I'm there. Because I love supporting my family. I love family so much. And when I tell you I love to see my family win, I love to see my family win, because when I see my family achieve so much and win, it gives me hope, y'all. It gives me hope. It lets me know that God is real. And what he do for one, he can do for another. And it just shows me that, our family have success stories. And that's what everybody should want. You should always want success stories in your family. It's no time to be jealous or envy of each other. Again, because going back to what we said with the male, when you're raised right, you have a little girl and she's around her siblings and her cousins. Again, going back to teaching her that she is to love each one of them and share. Again, making her share those toys with her. Doing just little things so that when they get older, they won't go through that. Making them hug. Tell your cousin that you love her. Go hug. If they get into a fight or a little argument or a little spat, make them hug. Make them say, I love you. Because then that way, as they get older, that bond can't be broken. They will never look at each other and feel like they have to compete with each other or feel like one is better than the other. They will know that they come from the same stock. She's blessed, I'm blessed. And they'll be genuinely happy for each other. And I say genuinely because there's a lot of people out here that you may think that's happy for you, and it's family. But y'all, is so sad. Because I know we weren't raised like that. That was not God's intention for us. He didn't put us in a family together for us to feel like the Smiths is better than the Joneses, We're family. So collectively, we're better. Collectively, we're powerful. Okay? Remember that. We're a tree. If this side of the tree, all the branches is dead, what's going to happen to the other side of the tree? The tree can't live if some parts is dead. When we water that tree and nourish that tree, you got to water the whole tree. You got to make sure the whole tree is right. And things in us that's not right, we got to prune those things off. Get rid of those dead leaves. Jealousy, envy, cut them leaves off. Because that tree can't grow. That tree can't grow right. When it have those poisonous things connected to it. Okay? Sorry, I got something in my eye here. Okay, I'm sorry. So again, let's see, where were we? Okay. So I said, okay, let's see, I said our cousins take on a role. Okay, no, so cousins, okay. Oftentimes, a cousin is closer than a sibling. Girl cousins often adapt to sister-like relationships. So that's where I was at. Our cousins take on the role of aunts to our children. That's true. If you got a cousin that you're with all the time, your kids, what do they call them? Aunt sometimes. They look at them as an auntie. Because right away, and oftentimes you don't even have to tell them that. That's something they pick up on their own. And that's because they know if my mom is not available or my mom can't do it, the next person in line that's like a mom to me is her cousin. That's my auntie. I can go to her. So yeah. Again, they're like aunts to our children. It's our cousins who will come to our rescue when we're being bullied or treated unfairly by anyone. I don't know about you, but I know I got a cousin and probably cousins, because I got some boy cousin, man cousins too, but I got some girl cousins. I got a girl cousin in particular that I know there were some things I was going through. I ain't have to do nothing but pick up the phone and say, look, this is what I'm going through. And she was there, Johnny, on the spot. I'm talking help me move furniture out the house. I'm talking about stood up and fought battles for me, okay? Younger than me, but will stand up and have my back. Do you understand me? So, yeah, cousins that will, again, they'll come to your rescue. They ain't gonna let nobody. Now, they may try and bully you. They may try to do you whatever, snap on you, but they ain't gonna let nobody else mess with you. That's love. We just got to tighten things up sometimes and get it right. We all learning. No, again, there was no instruction manual on how to be a daughter, how to be a sister, or how to be a cousin. We're learning this along the way. Again, when our parents put the right principles, skills, characteristics, morals, values in us, we learn how to maneuver in each one of these roles, okay? Cousins can sit around for hours laughing about the past, funny family members, and funny sayings we heard when growing up. My grandmother, God rest her soul, and her sisters, they're gone on to be with the Lord. And I tell you, to this day, me and my cousins, whenever we get together, we sit up and we just come up with some of the sayings that they used to say. And we'll just take on that role like, talking like they talked. And we would just laugh until we had tears in our eyes, because those were such wonderful moments. And it just shows you how you can have an impact on somebody, because our grandparents and our great aunts and stuff, that was the glue. That was the glue that held us together as little girls, They held us together. Let me see. Okay, girl cousins can look up to their male cousins as protectors, such as fathers or brothers. And that's so true. When you have older man cousins, you may not have a father on the scene, or you may not have a brother. But if you got those male cousins, which I had that too, before I, knew I had not older brothers, but had brothers, or before my brothers were born, I had older male cousins. And from day one, they knew their role was to look out for me. I was a nag. I got on their nerves. I picked with them and called them names and stuff, and they hated to have to take me with them. But they had to, and I know that they loved me, and I bet you they didn't let nothing happen to me. They made sure nobody messed. They messed with me. They picked with me. They might have beat me up, but they weren't going to let nobody else beat me up. So, and again, I can remember I have had my cousin, who 6 years younger than me. I used to get so mad because I had to take her with me everywhere I went. And I know my auntie, she made me do it because they had her watching me. I know that. Now I know that. They had her watching me. And I used to get so mad. But all my friends was like, oh, she's so cute. She's so cute. But then what happened? So, because normally if you got to look out for somebody younger, that kind of slow you down. You can't do nothing because they can't keep up and this and that. Well, my cousin that was 6 years younger than me, she came in the game being able to keep up. We were playing double dutch. 3 years old, I think. Maybe younger. 3 years old. She learned, okay, I'm hanging with them. I got to learn how to jump double dutch. Little bitty thing in there. She jumping that rope. Roller skating. I'm like, I can't bring you with me because you don't know how to roller skate. What they do, my auntie bought her some skates. Next thing you know, she right out there in the street skating with us. So that's the thing. It's like there was nothing that I didn't do that she couldn't keep up with me or outdo me on. So situations like that, it's like you don't mind because it's like, okay, well, you can hang with us because, you younger, but hey, you can hang. It really don't matter. So, again, stories of, cousins. Cousins, again, have a special place in everybody's heart. We share so many wonderful and fond memories. And always hang on to those memories, y'all. Hang on to those memories because, we often think that we're going to always, have a chance to make things right. Sometimes we forget. We forget what we've been taught. And sometimes we lose our way. We do. We lose our way. And we fall out with people. Because we don't sometimes see eye to eye. Or, we take different paths in life. And we all trying to get to the same place, but we take different paths. And some of our circumstances are just different. Not that some are better than others, but I'll just say they're different. But we should always hold dear to our heart what family means. Because it's all of those things that we did when we were younger and all of those experiences that we went through that helped make us and shape us to who we are today. And I just want to say that because there's some people in my life, in my family and friend circle that I have to keep working on to get things right. There's some things that's not right. There's some things that's not right, but I give it to God and I know that it's going to be okay. So it's just a matter of time before things get right. And actually, doing all of this research, and when I got to this part, the cousins part, and I think I'm doing better because researching all of this, I did a lot of crying. I did a lot of crying because I have cousins that's so near and dear to me, but there's some that I'm not in contact with anymore. You know, I'll always be close to them, but I'm not in contact with them. And I just know that that's not right. So we all got work to do. We all got work to do because we are preserving our history. Our history. Me, I've taken on the role as someone that is preserving the Foster and Griffin history. I took on that responsibility a long time ago. I was a little girl under a lot of stress, y'all, because I was witnessing family members, adults, arguing and fighting and not wanting to get together. And I was always that one as a little girl, trying to just keep the whole family together. Always trying to plan trips, or if trips was planned, making sure everybody tried to get there. And I had to realize that was too much on me. You know, that as you get older, things happen. You know, other people, your individual families get bigger. So people start branching off, and that's fine, because that's gonna happen. But just don't forget where you came from. You're always attached to that. If you cut that, that could be very dangerous. Very dangerous. Again, we're talking about history here. History. Okay. Got all off track. Okay, I don't even know what I did with my pointer here. Let's see. Okay. Let me see where I left off here at. Okay, it says cousins can talk freely about their love interests, share advice, and share secrets more comfortable than with their siblings. I think I talked about that. You know, you might be closer to a cousin than you are with your siblings, you know, because again, you could share so much more with that cousin, because it's like there's not a lot of judgment there. You know, they know you, but they don't really know you like that, or there's nothing for them to benefit going to tell on you or something like that, you know. They support each other tremendously during each other's wedding day. Yeah. I'm sorry, y'all. I'm going to get through this. Wedding days, yes. I can remember my cousin getting married first. I witnessed two of my cousins getting married. One, I was a teenager, 16 years old. And I was in her wedding. Yes, I was in her wedding in California, and I went to be a bridesmaid. I can remember that real vividly. Another cousin, I can remember at the time my son was sick, had just had open heart surgery, and I was like miles away, and I got a call stating that she did not want to walk down the aisle because we weren't there. I wasn't there. And I made sure my son was safe, and had someone to stay with until I got back. I remember jumping in that car, going there and watching her, witness her wedding, her happy day, and then jumping back in the car, you know. So there's just things that we do, you know, you do for family. So definitely supporting each other on weddings. Our cousins are guardians for our children, you know. Your cousins, like I said, sometimes they'll step up and be there and be teachers and mentors to your children when you're not available, or if it's something that you can't do. They often make their house a home away from home for our children. A cousin's house is always going to be a house that your child can go to and spend the night at, you know, and hang out at. You know, you never have to worry because they're at your cousin's house, so you know that they're safe. Let's see what else. They help our children get into some of the best daycares, grammar schools, college, and find employment. Again, I mean, all of this stuff is so relatable to me. I have a cousin that, again, was very, very knowledgeable when it came to daycares and schools and college, and very resourceful in those areas and employment. And she helped both of my children, from little kids to adults, find ways, and just experience life, help my son, get his first job, help my daughter get a job, help us find daycare, school for my granddaughter. So that's what cousins do. That's more like sisters, even if you're just regular cousins, no sister or whatever. But there are some that will stick closer to you like a sister. And I have definitely experienced that. And likewise, and I've done the same, for hers. I was always there, if they needed me, if any of her kids needed me, still am. But again, so I'm just reading this. It just helps you see what a blessing, you really have within your family. Because, we can go out and find friends and great friends, and they'll be great. And you can, like I said, have a sister type relationship with friends, but nobody will replace your family. Nobody. Because they're not competing for your friendship or anything. Your love, they know that you automatically love them. That love is on the inside of you. You didn't have to form it. You just came with that, because of your family. Let's see. They extend invitations to family and holiday dinners. So it's just like, again, they open up their home. You take turns, hosting the family dinners, hosting holiday dinners. That's what cousins do. Hey, you did it for Christmas, I'll do it for Thanksgiving. And you just do what you can to make everybody come together and have a wonderful time and make beautiful memories. Most cousins have experienced their grandparents on different levels, and history is being made when they sit with their children and swap a variety of stories, experiences, lessons, and blessings. And that's why I say it's so important to have our children with their grandparents, because again, they need to sit at their grandparents' feet and understand where their parents came from, to hear those stories about how their parents were as little kids. It's funny, it's educational, it's rewarding, because some kids, you be like, I never even knew you did that, or I never even knew what you were like as a kid, so therefore you need to be able to have a relationship with your grandparents. Your grandparents, they're supposed to spoil you, buy you things and be there for you. Not to the point where it's making you rotten or anything, but they're like the second set of parents. They have their kids and they look forward to grandchildren. So don't take that from them. Give them that. They want to love on their grandchildren. Let them. Let's see. The family history and information we obtain is usually contributed by our cousins, and that's so true. Again, I just said that, the cousins is gonna be the one that put together, the family reunions and give the history of the family along with parents and grandparents. But the cousins is usually the ones that's putting everything together, making sure that we get together for reunions and gatherings and stuff like that. Let's see. Okay. For individuals who have no brothers or sisters, cousins fill in the sibling gap. Talked about that already. That's so true. A cousin, again, sticks closer to you than a brother or a sister. Those in our age group provide companionship and social support. So it's always good to have cousins close to your age. you're growing up together, you know, chances are you grow up together, you'll always be together. You know, your kids will be together. Your kids will always feel like they have family because there's such a close bond there. You know, our parents grew up together, we're growing up together, and then chances are their kids will grow up together. That's how family is formed. And it's genuine love, you know. Nothing beats the genuine love of cousins, okay? Let's see. The older cousins tell stories about our grandparents and share their memories of historical family events. Again, I just covered that. The younger ones pull at our heartstrings and bring out the love we still have for one another. That's one thing I can say about some kids. The parents, the older ones may not be talking, the older cousins, but those little kids gonna make sure that we stay close. You know, hey, can I go over to so-and-so house? I know y'all not talking, but I want to see my cousins. Can my cousins come over and spend the night? So, you know, they're going to make sure that us grown-ups do what we supposed to do because, you know, that's it. They're just little kids. They don't have no ill feelings, no ill intentions. You know, they don't know no rivalry against each other, none of that. So, it's their genuine love that also holds the family together. The young kids and the old people. It's us that's in the middle that need to get our act together. Because the old people, they like, cut it out, keep it together. The young kids is like, fix it. I want to be together. So, again, us middle people, we the ones in the middle. We the ones, like I said, we just got to get it together. Pull it together for the family. Okay. Let's see. Okay, the role of cousins in our lives are compensation for a lack of siblings. We covered that. They're protectors from bullies. They ain't gonna let nobody mess with you. That you their cousin, they got you. They're counselors in our business of love. You know, they counselors. They gonna counsel you through a relationship. They gonna get you through it. They're going to be there from beginning to end. They're going to tell you if they're right or if they're wrong for you, if they like them, if they don't. They're going to tell you all of that. They're going to be your eyes when you can't see. So listen to your cousins. They're substitutes, aunts, and uncles for our children. Again, there are times when we can't be all that we need to be to our children, but they will be. Co-compilers of our ancestry's history. Again, together we all come together and keep our ancestors' history strong so that when we leave, somebody else can step right in and be able to carry the torch, carry the baton, carry the history. They are the confidants with whom I share my life struggles. You know, before you start going outside your family to share your struggles, you should be able to have somebody inside your family that you can share things with, because your family oftentimes will be able to hold it up. Sometimes a friend, it's hard for them because they don't really have that much stake in the game, you know. So a lot of times we've been hurt by friends because of that, you know, because we looked at them in a way like they were family, and then when they changed or switched up on us, now we're hurt because you're like, I looked at you as family. Well, technically they're not. You'll find some friends that's closer to you than family, but you just got to be close because all friends are not like family. Okay. First cousins, we share the same grandparents, aunts, and uncles. So again, you're just like siblings. That's your grandma. That's my grandma too. You know, that's my aunt. That's my uncle. So again, they're just like your siblings. History shows that a lot of first cousins were raised in the same house. I just said that. A lot of them were. You know, the parents were young, or siblings, that brothers and sisters that was real close. So they always have their kids together, you know, making sure that they know each other and they're always close with each other. Okay, some of the quotes that have the most significant meaning is grandma's house. Some of the things that we quote, you know, that have the most significant meaning. Grandma house. Grandma house, we know, is where cousins meet and become best friends. One thing we know, when we go to grandma house, that we get dropped off at grandma house, we gonna play till we can't play no more. We're gonna play, then we're gonna fall asleep. Grandma gonna tuck us in, or she gonna get, whatever she need to do. She gonna feed us, whatever. But she gonna look out for us. Not one better than the other. If you do, shame on you. You should not, a grandmother should not have no favorites. Just like a mother shouldn't have a favorite, but we'll talk about that later. But a grandmother should treat all of her grandchildren equally because she has so much love to give. So therefore, each one of those children needs to feel like they're your favorite whenever they're in your presence alone. You never have to tell them, but they're going to let each one of them think, I was her favorite. And truly, all of you were. Okay? God made us cousins because he knew our parents couldn't handle us as siblings. That's funny. A cousin is a ready-made friend for life. You find a good cousin, that's a friend for life. Boy, it could be a boy, it could be a girl. But there are some cousins that are just so close, they stuck like glue. From young children to older adults. You see one, you see the other. Okay? So now the daughter, she became the sister, she became the cousin. Let's see, and now, her siblings, older siblings, have started to have children. So now she's become an aunt. And one of the things that I just want to dispel, because now you're hearing all of this. I'm the favorite aunt. They're making the aunt out now to be like she's this party woman that hangs out and parties with her nieces or nephews. And, she's dressed younger than them. She's at the club turning up with them. I'm not with that. I'm sorry. Maybe that's some new age stuff, but I'm an old school aunt, okay? I'm the one that's going to step in and get your butt if I need to, okay? Or the one that's going to step in and be there like a mom when your mom can. So, let's talk about the aunt. So the aunt, let's see. So the aunt is like a mother and a friend to her niece. Oftentimes a friend, but don't get it twisted, because though she may treat you like a friend, she's still your aunt. So you guys can hang like friends, but you always have to respect her as an aunt. She is part of a young girl's roots. An aunt allows her niece to flourish and discover new things comfortably. An aunt serves as a security net. The cool aunt, she becomes a trusted advisor, an extra provider. She's a role model. She's a surrogate parent. She's a cheerleader. She's a comforter, and she's a protector and supporter. Okay? Any nourishing adult woman serves as an impactful aunt for young girls. An aunt is a trusted mentor to her nieces when their parents are physically or emotionally unavailable. An aunt offers a non-judgmental ear to her nieces or her nephews. So that's one of the things that we love and appreciate about an aunt, because when we sit there and we're pouring out our heart or we're telling her some of our secrets, she's offering a non-judgmental ear. She's not going to judge you as fast as your mom would or a grandmother would. She's going to sit there and listen first and give you her honest opinion. She should anyway. This helps them to sort through challenges, knowing that they are not alone. The relationship between an aunt and a niece is so unique that it can't be replicated by the mother. It can't be replicated. It's because it's so different. So a mom should never feel like her sister or her cousin that's acting as an aunt is trying to take over her role. Nobody can take over your role. She didn't have your child, so she can never be mother, but she's just, maybe your child is, just needing someone other than you to talk to because they can't talk to you at the moment. So she's the next best thing. So never be intimidated because your children is looking to a family member. What you do is be intimidated if your children is going outside the family looking to talk to a stranger. Never a family, okay? Because family going to have your best interest at heart. Okay, let's see. An aunt may not be responsible for day-to-day tasks, but they can have a huge impact on the well-being of your daughter or your son. Let's see. The relationship is steady. She doesn't have to reprimand them. Again, that's your job to do. She's just being a listening ear. She's providing stability and an escape from their day-to-day. Just, somewhere else that they can come and just talk to someone. Trust me, you want to have that again than to have a child not be able to talk. That's why we're seeing a lot of kids taking their lives, because they're going through so much, they're seeing so much, and they feel like they don't have nobody to talk to. So never take that from your children, never. When kids have nurturing relationships with their aunts, I'm only saying aunts, I'm not saying uncles right now, because this is about, the girl. With their aunts as from a young age, they become better problem solvers, more empathetic, and enjoy higher self-esteem, because their moms build them up, but then their aunt coming along building them up too. So now that's like they can't help but have a healthy self-esteem. Okay, how to be a great aunt. 1, you start the aunt-niece bond early. You got to start it early, when they trust you. And it's not about buying them things, they'll benefit from you spending quality time and teaching them and educating them. That's how you build it up. It should, your connection with them should always be unique and strictly to them. If you got 5 nieces, each one should have a unique connection with you. Don't treat them all the same, because they're all not the same. Get involved. Aunts don't have to be involved in the lives of their nieces and nephews. They choose to be. And that's another thing. As an aunt, you don't have to do it. It's a choice. So therefore, when you do it, make sure you keep it up, because that's a choice that you made. And now that you made that commitment, that child is going to need that. They may need that all their lives, even as an adult. So always be willing to be there and to be that shoulder that they may need. Again, there it is. I'm going ahead of myself. Be a shoulder to lean on. Be there in times of celebration, joy, and in hard times, when your niece or nephew really needs that extra support. I just said that. Okay, how to bond with your niece or your nephew. Be open, be trustworthy, be responsive, be available, be fun. So you can be that fun auntie and uncle. Just don't be out partying with them. Unless it's like at the house or whatever, but going to the club and kicking it and stuff like that, no, don't do that. We don't do that. Be interested in the things that they're doing. Be yourself. Be the bonus that you are, that bonus aunt, that not bonus like a bonus parent. Be the receiver. Share your experience with them, good and bad. Be honest with them. Tell them about your life, the good and the bad. Don't make them think that you've always had it together, because you didn't. Be honest with them. Tell them about your bad days. Maintain a healthy relationship with their parents. Make sure that you keep a good relationship with your sisters when you're involved with their kids. I ain't talking to my sister, but I got a relationship with her kids. No, you need to have a relationship with your sister, because they need to see that, or your brother. Aunts offer a place for their nieces to develop a better sense of self, to vent about anything, advice without judgment, acknowledge their fears, and talk about their goals. Talk about their goals with them. Ask them what it is they want to be. Ask them how you can help them do that. Support them in any way you can. Invest in the things that they're doing. Some things to remember are do fun activities with them. Teach them how to do some things that they enjoy. Take them to interesting places. Take them on trips and show them the finer things in life. Take them places. But always maintain boundaries. Don't let them get over on you, because they'll try it. Okay, so now I gotta go fast because I'm running out of time here. So now, okay, you're now girlfriend. A girlfriend is a female companion with whom one is platonically and romantically involved. She agrees to submit to a committed relationship with her partner only. A girlfriend should take care of her boyfriend, learn his love language, enhance what made him attracted to you, motivate him, luxuriate him in public display of affection, make him happy, dress well for him, be there to support him, be a good listener, be honest, be yourself, work with him, trust him, entertain him, bring out the best in him, accept him, be his best friend, offer him a shoulder to cry on, give him his personal space, accept him the way he is, be faithful to him, show him that he's secure with your love, be a God-fearing woman, know how to have fun, make sacrifices for him. Rules every couple must follow. Love with no conditions whatsoever. Your relationship is your priority. Keep your communication channels open. Hug as often as possible. Spend quality time together. Be honest and truthful to build trust. Criticize but don't hurt each other. Have a healthy argument. Stand by each other. And you know what? Actually, because I feel like I'm just doing this as a disservice. So what I just got into was the girlfriend role. And this actually went longer than I thought. So I'm going to stop here. And I promise you guys, I'll come back and I'm going to do another video. And on that next video, I'll share the girlfriend role because it's so much to cover. And that's a very important role. The wife role, the mother role, and then the grandmother role. Okay. So yeah, there's a lot for me to share. So I'll come back tomorrow and go over all of that with you, because what I want to do too is I want to break down each one of these roles and we'll do activities and everything like that, because I want to go in depth in each role. Right now, I'm just giving you a quick synopsis of each role, each member. I'm just like bringing them all together, but I want to be able to break it up so that we can really break it down and get through some things, as far as the family, okay? And again, I don't want to do, disservice, because it's a lot of information there, and I don't want to sound like I'm rambling or throwing it out there really fast, okay? Because, again, there are some areas that some people are really struggling with, and I want to be sensitive to that, okay? So, again, I'll stop there. So there we just covered the daughter as the sister and as the cousin. The daughter, the sister, the friend, and then the cousin. And again, I'll pick up on the girlfriend. Okay, so now the daughter, she didn't grew up. She's in her teenage years, and she's somebody's girlfriend. So we want to see, how much knowledge she didn't gain. She didn't gain because, again, she didn't grow up. She done got some information from her aunts and all of that. So she's a young lady now. So we'll talk more in depth about that, okay? I thank you guys, and I really appreciate your patience with me. And I just hope and pray that, this really touches somebody's heart like it touched mine. Again, I'll be doing so much more about the family. So this won't be it. We'll be doing a lot of stuff. I'll be having interviews with people. They'll be sharing things, that they've learned from their family. So we're going to make it interesting. You just hang on in there with us, okay? Thank you so much. God bless you, and I love you all.